You are about to watch a really different Saturn in Pisces video. Every single video, every single article out there, when people are talking about Saturn in Pisces and how it will affect all 12 signs. When a video or an article says how all 12 signs will be affected, they are telling me, say, if I was a Leo, how this is going to affect me. And you watch for this. You go test me. I have not found a video that has not done this. And I haven't found an article that doesn't do this. And it just bugs. It bugs me so badly because it's not accurate. It's not true. They're going to talk about how Saturn in Pisces is going to affect Leo. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to tell me all these 8th house issues are going to affect me dramatically. They're going to talk to me all about 8th house issues. They're going to talk to me like, oh, the skeletons in your closet are going to come out. Your bank account is going to suffer. You're going to invest in the wrong stock market. Somebody's resources and money isn't going to go well for you. You're going to have to pay more taxes, death, sex, taxes, regeneration, and the occult. And they're going to talk to me all about those issues. But it's not true, because what if my sun in Leo is in the 7th house and I'm an Aquarius rising? Well, that certainly doesn't put Pisces in Saturn in the 8th house, does it? What they're doing is they are talking to you about Leo as if you are a Leo rising, as if Leo rising and Leo sun sign are the same exact thing. And it is so far from the truth. What every single one of those videos and articles is doing is they are speaking to the rising sign and they are pretending that it translates to the sun sign, and it doesn't. It doesn't, my friends. And it bugs me so badly because you're going to get a bunch of doomsday misinformation from all of those articles and all of those videos, unless you only listen to them. This is how you should listen to them, for your rising sign. So if you are a Leo rising, listen to that video and then it will be true. If you are a Leo sun in the 7th house, well, you're Aquarius rising, and you will most likely be experiencing, if you're Aquarius rising, Saturn in the 1st house. And so Saturn in the 1st house is nothing like Saturn in the 8th house. It's misguiding you. It's not steering you in the right direction. So in this video, I won't be doing that to you. We're going to do something completely different. Help me push this video out there into the world by sharing it with people, by subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. Every time I get a subscriber on a video, the algorithm goes ding, ding, ding. So I really appreciate it. And just by liking it, commenting, and sharing it, you will want to watch this entire video all the way through, because you have all 12 signs in your chart, in your gorgeous natal chart, and you have different planets in those different signs. And you're going to want to know how each one of your planets in their respective signs are going to feel and interact and even experience this shift of Saturn moving into Pisces. The houses are very, very important. And in my last Saturn video, which I did last week, and hopefully you all have watched it, but if you haven't, oh my God, you have to watch it, because I do talk about what does Saturn mean? What does Saturn in Pisces mean? And then what does Saturn moving through the different houses mean for you? So the houses are critical. They're absolutely important. And with Saturn, it's half of the story. So it does matter. It's so exciting. It is so juicy. And you are going to get something that is just so much more accurate for your chart, for you, for your soul's blueprint, because I'm going to be taking the aspect from Saturn moving into Pisces with each one of the 12 signs. Now, I will be talking about it as if I'm talking about your sun sign. However, I want you to listen to all of the signs that you have planets in. So let me give you an example. If you're a Sagittarius, for example, listen to the Sagittarius part for how Pisces and Saturn is going to affect your Sagittarius sun. But you probably have your Venus somewhere close by, maybe even in, say, Capricorn. Well, I want you to listen to the part where I'm talking about Capricorn with Saturn and Pisces, because Sagittarius and Pisces struggle, Capricorn and Pisces don't. So those are two contradictory energies that are going to be happening to you simultaneously. One will be hitting your Venus in a positive way, and one will be hitting your sun sign, Sagittarius, in a very hard way. And then let's say you have your Mercury in Scorpio, because you very well could if you are a Sagittarius. Well, then I want you to listen to, what does it mean, Scorpio, for Saturn to be moving into Pisces? How will it affect you, Scorpio? Well, listen to that too, because that is how your mind will be affected by this Saturn. So Saturn is going to interact with every single one of your planets in their respective signs, and you need to build your 10-layer cake to see how many positive and easy transits you're going to have that will be supportive of you, and how many challenging and hard transits are you going to have from Saturn to your respective planets in order to understand your life for the next 2.5 years. I suggest you take notes on all of the planets in your chart and see how Saturn will interact with each one of those planets by using this video. And if Saturn gets along with your moon, but not your sun, well, I would say that's a blessing, because at least it's getting along with your moon. So Aries, let's talk about you. And if you have your sun in Aries or major planets in Aries, listen up, because this is a very, very interesting semi-sextile. So, you know, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and Aries is the first. So Saturn is in a balsamic position to your Aries planet. And there's a melancholy in that. There's a frustration. Aries is quick and Pisces is daydreaming and doesn't like going too fast. It doesn't like exerting too much energy. Saturn in Pisces does not really help Aries get things done. But what Saturn and Pisces can do for Aries is make Aries slow down, tune in, and become more thoughtful and go deeper. And at this time, for the next 2.5 years, starting now, starting March 7th, 2023 until about May 2025, you are going to become more reflective, and you are going to probably tune into your responsibilities with more intuition, sensitivity, compassion, and thoughtfulness. Chances are, if you are a sun sign in Aries, you probably have some of your planets in Pisces, Venus or Mercury. And so those planets will be deeply, deeply moved and touched. And so you'll have to wait until I get to Pisces in order to understand, in this video, in order to understand how that will affect those planets in your chart. I'm going to tell you, Aries, this is a real creative recharge for you. This is a next 2.5 years, like I said, till about May 2025, for you to really get creative and colorful with your life. Take on a creative pursuit. And you may even feel like you just freaking can't get it all done. Slow down. Go slower. You know, it's not about quantity right now. It's about really getting in alignment, putting your strength in alignment with sensitivity, love, divine love, unconditional love, and passion for your life. You probably can't get it all done, but the things you can get done can be done so much better. It can be done with like artistic mastery, creative genius. And you may even feel like you want so much more than what's actually going on. And you may feel like the plans in your life are being thwarted, or there's too many U-turns. And you may be even a little bit depressed that your projects are not turning out as swiftly, as quickly, and as boldly as you like. Don't feel guilty. Nothing's actually wrong or broken. Sometimes it's not always about speed and quantity. It's not always about how fast. You know, all good things happen in their rightful time. The cake needs to bake in the oven. Yes, this is a semi-sextile. And I want to tell you that right now, for the next 2.5 years, you're probably going to start second guessing yourself. Did I do the right thing? Was leaving the right thing? Was staying the right thing? Should I go? Should I stay? I don't know. And you can really be in this second guessing, this push-pull that creates a lot of anxiety and worry. And you may not even see things in a realistic light. You need somebody in your life right now that has your back, that can really tell you if they see you the way you see you. Because this can really make you self-conscious and even doubt yourself. And you're not used to doubting yourself, Aries. As you mature, because this is going to mature you, this is going to, I'm not joking, this is going to give you higher EQ points. This is the time in your life where you are developing your emotional intelligence. I'm not kidding. And people will notice that you come to the table with more wisdom and more maturity. It just started. This just started 3 days ago. So Aries, it's like, this is 3 days old. This is going to, by 2025, they're just going to be like, wow, you've really matured. You're not so impatient. You don't just blurt out harsh things. Wow, you really think before you speak. And you're going to find a happiness in this. You're going to find a happiness in your accomplishments by 2025, rather than a guilt that you haven't done enough. So remember that you can also be your own worst critic. And I want you to take this time to love yourself from the inside out. Being an Aries, or whatever Aries planets you have in the chart, it can feel like those planets are burdened with a slowdown process, right? Because Aries likes to get stuff done, and Pisces is just like, let's wait a minute. Let's talk about Taurus. We know that Taurus loves Pisces and Pisces loves Taurus. And we know that Earth loves water and water loves Earth. And we know that this will bring great opportunities over the next 2 years till May 2025 for growth, for recognition, for personal advancement, especially Taurus, if you're willing to work hard. And I know you are. Why? Because you're the bull. You already work hard. Let me tell you what's going to happen to you. You are going to notice that your hard work gets recognized. Your dedication, perseverance, tenacity, your resiliency, and your resourcefulness is paying out cha-ching. Cha-ching, cha-ching, money, right? Money and love find you right now. And you're going to step into more responsibility and even become a leader within your community, within your family, within your life, within your world. So I want you to look and see what house Saturn is in, to see what arena of your life is receiving these successes. Now, this is going to be in the house subject matter of your sun sign, and also the house that Saturn is in. So Saturn brings the type of lesson to the house in which your sun sign or your Taurus planets are in. So for example, if you have your North Node in Taurus in the 10th house, well, let's just say that's the aspect, right? Let's say it's not even your sun sign. I'm just giving you an example. We know that Saturn is making this positive aspect. It's called a sextile to that Taurus part of your chart. Let's say that's in the 10th house. Well, that means that North Node house has the support of Saturn. And how is Saturn going to support Taurus in the 10th house? Well, if Taurus is in the 10th house, then we know that Saturn is in the 8th house. So other people's belief in you, other people's investment in you, your personal relationships, maybe your intuition, maybe your ability to solve crimes and mysteries lights up your house of career and your place within the community. So there's a benefit to wherever your Taurus planets are, and look to the house to see how it benefits. So we know, if you're here, you guys have already watched my video called Sun in the 10th House. You already know what the 10th house is. It's your legacy. So we know that your legacy is going to be supported, building and growing your legacy. If you have Taurus in the 10th, any planets in the 10th, right, are going to shine. They're going to shine if you've got them in Taurus. Does this make sense? Are you guys learning? Are you guys getting this? Tell me. I can't do every single example, but I want to give you some examples so you can kind of see how this plays out. The receiving planet to Saturn by sign and by house will show you either the challenges or the rewards. Now, if you are a Taurus sun or you have prominent planets in Taurus, you are probably pursuing a goal, a dream, a wish, an achievement that you're going to be successful at, that's going to have lasting, incredible value. You're building oak trees. I'm so proud of you, and you should be so proud of you. You're really the Taurus part of your chart is going to thrive. It's going to thrive. This can be family, health, relationships, intimacy, money, right? This is a very, very supportive placement for Tauruses. And you deserve it because you've had Uranus transiting all those Taurus planets, which has been kind of rocky. Okay, let's talk about Gemini. So if you have a Gemini sun sign or prominent planets in Gemini, well, this is kind of difficult because we know that Gemini, an air sign, and Pisces, a water sign, they are in challenging aspect to one another. We also know that this is called a square, and squares bring on challenges. Now, I like squares, and I think the world needs squares, especially today. I mean, we're not living in the 1600s or the 1800s. I mean, life has gotten very convenient and very easy for a lot of people. Like a lot of things are easier and more accessible. So I think we need tension. Now, I'm not an advocate for, living an uncomfortable life, but, we're not growing our own food and building our own huts right now. At least most of us are not. Saturn in Pisces is going to bring your Gemini placements, your Gemini sun, your Gemini placements a challenge. And you probably are wanting to do something different right now. You're probably about to make massive changes. Why? Because this is a mutable square, and mutable squares bring in options and opportunities that are going to challenge you. And there are probably going to be massive, massive changes to your whole identity right now, especially if this is your sun sign. And so this can be bring in a really heavy workload and serious obstacles. And you may feel wishy-washy about which option to take and, weigh the pros, weigh the cons, weigh the pros, weigh the cons, weigh the cons, weigh the pros, weigh the cons, blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying pick one. Pick one and go with it, because if it's not right, guess what you get to do, mutable signs? You get to change it. Woo! Yippee! Wow! Just pick something, Gemini, and go for it. You probably have to drive really hard to push through the obstacles that come up. Just because doors close on you doesn't mean that pathway was bad. It just means turn your no's into yeses. Yeah. And I can teach you how to turn no's into yeses. I can. So if you're feeling stuck, get a reading, get an astrology reading. God, it is so powerful. If anybody has gotten an astrology reading from me or somebody on my team, I would love for you to put in the comments what you got out of it, because it is so liberating and so, so helpful. And Geminis, you might need that right now. You might need help making decisions. And right now you might even feel inhibited or stuck or a little bit too tired or exhausted, or like you've lost your life force energy. You've lost your enthusiasm. You've lost your love for life. Like life has gotten really, really hard and you might not have as much vitality. Take your vitamins, drink your green juices, do your medical medium celery juice cleanse. I'm not kidding. Do anything that get your exercise program going. Start moving your body. Get the dopamine up naturally. So right now, the biggest remedy for the Gemini parts of your chart is, are you ready for this? No, you're not. You're not ready for this, but I'll tell you anyways, is get way, way, way deep into the weeds, into the small picture of your life, and make a to-do list of what is most important right now and tackle that one thing. Then tackle the second thing, then the third thing, and get really linear, really small, really detailed. I know this sounds crazy. Don't go big picture. Don't go big picture. You will get overwhelmed and you won't make any decisions. So let's say you're trying to decide, what major you want to pick in college. Don't pick that right now. Just pick your school, pick your general classes. Don't even try to ask the bigger picture of your life yet. Just buy a little time. Take steps, take the baby steps. Work the details step by step by step by step. The prize will be revealed to you. You'll get the larger prize in due time. You may also feel Geminis and the Gemini part of you. So if you have a Gemini moon, Gemini Venus, Gemini Mars, Gemini sun, even Gemini rising, like you have to put your personal life, your social life, your love life a little bit on hold right now in order to pursue your ambition, your career goals. And you might really feel overworked right now and it's really hard to relax. But please do, Gemini, take time for yourself. Quit giving all your energy away. It's like you've got portholes going all down you and the portholes are just gushing out the water, right? No, you need to seal those up and keep that water for yourself. The next few years is going to bring stressful, heavy-duty responsibilities to your life. But in the long run, you're growing yourself. You're becoming the you that you have always wanted to become. You are in the self-mastery part of your life. You're building the life you want and the payout will be worth it. What planets do you have in Gemini? Because they are going to struggle. And if it's your energy, if it's your Mars, protect that. If it's your Venus, that's your resources, that's your self-esteem. Protect that. If it's your sun sign, well, that's your identity. Protect that. If it's your mind, nurture that. Go slow, one step at a time. Okay, Cancer is one of the few, like there's two, Scorpio is the other, so stay tuned for that. Two signs that have the trine going on. So they have what we consider the best, the easiest, sort of the golden aspect. Although I think phenomenal things can come from squares, oppositions, and even conjunctions. But we always need a break sometimes, right? So this is nice because we know that water loves water, and this is very, very supportive. And there are so many good things that will happen when the sun is in a trine to Saturn. So this is what I want you guys to do. And this is for everybody, but especially if you have Cancer. What degree do you have your Cancer planet or sun sign at? And then figure out what day Saturn in Pisces will be at that exact degree. And that's your exact trine day. Now, Saturn retrogrades 3 times over particular points. It goes back and forth over the next 2.5 years. It's going to do that numerous times. And so you could have 3 different days where it's exact. And by the way, it's not just days because Saturn sits on a degree for longer than a day, but figure out when it hits your sun sign degree or your Cancer planet degree exact, because those are really powerful days in your life. And everybody should be doing that for all of their signs. Like, when is it exact square? When is it exact? Pisces in Saturn for the year 2023 is only going to get to 9 degrees. So it moves slowly. And then in 2024, it goes to like 18 degrees or 20 degrees. And then it finishes up. But there are so many good things that are going to happen. Wherever you have Cancer in your chart, this part is being supported by Saturn. And this is a really good time for you to get a leadership role or get an advancement. And your hard work is really going to pay off. You're going to see that you will have deeper organizational skills right now. You are going to see that there is a profound effect on you. And you just have to stay persistent in your dreams, your hopes, your goals, your wishes. Stay firm, stay faithful to yourself, stay hardworking. There's going to be a lot of in-depth thought. Now, there may be some melancholy because Saturn does that. It is growing your soul, your identity. This is a time where there's a high sense of responsibility. There's a sense that the stakes are high. And you know what? They are. And you know what? You are going to succeed. You're going to do quite well. There's a big sense of obligation. It's like you probably are a little too busy to party your life away right now. It's like you respect yourself. There's a lot of self-respect that has grown with this transit. And it's like you're going to get out of things that don't deserve you. You're not going to sell out at this time. I would be very shocked if you sold out at this time. There's like a desire to be correct or right with yourself. This is a great time for self-improvement, self-appreciation, and I think you will improve your life right now. You're going to learn patience and discipline and how to be pragmatic and practical with your goals. You're going to reach your goals because you're going to put goals out there that are reachable, right? You're not pie in the sky right now, even though this is Pisces Cancer. And I also want to tell you that this is really highlighting your intuition, your sensitivity, your thoughtfulness, and your compassion for other people, and your relationships are going to get solid at this time. Ask yourself, who is life sucking and who or what is life giving? Who is that in your life? I want to tell you a couple more things just because this is like the juiciest. This is one of the juiciest placements. And that is that this is a time for you will become a real force of inspiration in the world and enlightenment actually for other people at this time. And you can really step into the healer that lives inside of you. This is a very magical 2.5 years for you. And there's a huge element of real spirituality right now. You might find a relationship with God, guardian angels, spirit guides, or just, divine connection. And it may come to you through loss. I will tell you that. You might develop that through loss or through losing someone that you love. But the losses that you experience have a silver lining in them somewhere. I don't know where. By the way, for all my super supporters and my subscribers, I do try to answer every comment. I'm not perfect at it, but I do put a lot of time and energy into the comments. And so if you want to tell me your story, and if you are a super supporter or a subscriber, I do my darndest to reply. Your losses are going to grow you, and they may even help you develop a relationship with God, with the universe, or your guardian angels. Okay, Leos, this is wherever you have Leo in your chart. I know I used Leo as an example earlier. I'm looking at Saturn and Pisces in relationship to Leo, no matter where it is in your chart. I'm only speaking of the relationship between these two planets. This is a quincunx. And if you guys want to know about quincunxes, you should watch my video called, What Do You Do When Your signs have nothing in common. That's a quincunx, and it is very quirky, odd, uncomfortable energy. But I would say that the quincunx really grows you, and it grows you in creative, non-straightforward ways. There's one thing when I put you in a boot camp and I tell you, to get down and give me 30 push-ups. That's very straightforward. I am going to discipline you and grow you. Quincunx growth is you grew unexpectedly. Like, whoa, I didn't expect to grow so much from that experience. Leos, you are going to, for the next 2.5 years, be a little bit in a quirky imbalance with life, with the world, with yourself, because there's going to be a little bit of an imbalance between what you want to do and what you have to do. And figuring out the difference between those two, do I want to do this or do I have to do this, is really, really important. And that's where the little pearl in the oyster is for you. You might feel like, and God help us, those of us who have a lot of Leo planets in their chart, because you're going to feel this. No matter if you have personal planets in Leo in your chart, you are going to feel some element of this, but you're going to feel like you have to put your personal freedoms, desires, wants, wishes, hopes, and dreams kind of on the back burner. And you may even feel like your true desires are limited due to unforeseen, quirky obligations that you didn't even know you were going to be tied to. So it's really important right now to be flexible, be adaptable in your spirit, in your energy, and be open-minded and adjust to the new responsibilities that are pinned to your back. And you're like, why do I have to do this? Why is this falling on me? Well, because it is. These quirky responsibilities are going to fall to you. Maybe there's nobody else who can do it, but you're most likely going to face some really hard work. And you need to exercise patience with yourself, patience with the system, and self-restraint. You're going to probably want to just blow it all up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just become really self-disciplined and take this as an opportunity to reorganize your thought process, reorganize your life, reorganize your mental state, reorganize your capabilities or abilities. This is a time where you can learn new things, I promise you. And you might have to look after a sick family member, or you might have to fill in at work, but you might feel like your career is suffering setbacks, but really you're learning new skills. You're learning new skills that you didn't even have before. Take on the challenge to grow yourself. It's so funny. I told my husband the other night when he was watching the basketball game, I was like, I really want you to watch this YouTube video on family dynamics. And he's like, well, I'm watching the game right now. And I go, no. This is a real opportunity to grow a new perspective. And believe me, he didn't just shut down the basketball game and go, okay, Meredith, I really want to learn. But he was really cute. And the game was coming to an end. I think he could figure out who was going to win. And then he comes to me, he was really cute after he brushed his teeth. He's like, I'm getting into bed right now. I know you're up late doing videos. So what was the video you wanted me to learn and grow my soul from? It was so cute. I was like, yeah, it's an opportunity to learn. And I love having a partner that wants to learn. I'm just telling you, Leos, you're going to have an opportunity. You are going to have so many unusual and unique and different and new things on your plate. You're not even going to know what to tackle first. And it's going to take a toll on you a little bit because it's not necessarily what you want to do. Believe me, my husband did not walk into the day going, wow, I really want to learn about new family dynamics and what does enmeshment mean? No, he didn't, but he was cute and he listened to it and he thought it was interesting. However, this is an opportunity for you, Leos, to really, really grow. Don't neglect yourself, though. Don't forget about you. This is going to be a chaotic time with lots of uncertainty. Be good to you so you can be your usual good to others. If you're not good to you, you get bratty, you get temperamental, and you are no fun at all. Leos, have you been called no fun before? I doubt it. I'm sure it's rare. But when you are agitated, irritated, filled with anxiety, impatient, the world sucks and you know it, you're really difficult to deal with. So get yourself right so you can be good to others, because that's when you love yourself the most. And that's when you love life the most. It's true. When you can be the Santa Claus in everybody's life, you're the happiest. Is it true, Leos? Leave me a comment. Tell me if it's true. Okay, we got to keep going. We got to plug through this, because guess what I'm doing? I'm doing two things tonight. I'm making tacos for the family. Yum. Don't you guys want to come over and eat tacos? And I'm walking my dog. Yep, I'm walking my dog for 30 minutes. It's probably going to be in the middle of the night by the time I do that. So let's talk about Virgo. Okay, Virgos, brace yourself. Go get your little comfort blanket. your stuffed animal and your hot tea or your glass of wine, because I think this transit is really hard for my Virgos. And that's because, especially if you're a Virgo sun, but whatever planets you have in Virgo, Saturn is opposing it and triggering it. And if you're as old as me, that would be Pluto. So I'm holding on. This is very painful. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? When Saturn opposed my son, that was one of the saddest and most painful times of my life. I don't want to project that onto you, but I want you to know you are stepping into something very, very hard. Now, this hard thing that you're stepping into, you will overcome it, but you will feel so burdened. You will feel so out of control. It will feel so much bigger than you that the only thing you can do is find a graceful way to manage it through surrender. You can't control it. You're not the boss of the world. You're not the boss of the universe. However, you are the boss of you. And the way you approach it and the way you walk through it, the way you manage it and deal with it is up to you. So I want you to be good to you. I want you to choose wisely. And you might feel so hemmed in and limited and burdened that you just put walls up all around you. You might need to do that you might need to put walls up to self-preserve, to push through this time. So if you're a Virgo, tell me what is going on in your life. I'll tell you, I didn't know what it was going to be, but I did have warning signs, and the warning signs crept in slowly. So Saturn is not Uranus. It doesn't usually just blindside you. You will probably see something challenging up in the distance, and then it approaches you slowly. And you might feel kind of alone right now, and you might feel worry, anxiety, sadness, loss, disgrace, low self-esteem, and just out of friggin' control. And the reason why I say this is really, really painful for Virgo, nobody likes being out of control, but I don't think there's a sign that doesn't like being out of control more than Virgo. If you're a more social Virgo, you might feel like disappointed in your options out there in the world or in the people out there in the world, and you might be wanting to take some space away. Do that if it feels like it fulfills you. Don't do that if it feels like it depresses you and keeps you too alienated. But you might feel distance, separation, rejection, loss, or isolation. You might feel like you are losing someone right now, and that someone would be somebody so important to you that it is affecting your identity. Like, who am I in the world without you, right? So that's what happened to me. You will come through this. You will be stronger, you will be wiser, and you will be okay. You can make new friends that align with you in a deeper way after this or while you're going through this. You might be so exhausted that you need to have a break from your daily duties or your life as you know it. And you might literally need to check out. I couldn't have at that time. I couldn't just go check out and go live in a hammock on a beach somewhere off the grid. I had too many things I was responsible for, but I want you to be kind to yourself, like extra love for you. There might be some difficulty with your dad or somebody who's in an authoritative position in your life. It could be your mom. Maybe you have a single mom as your parent. Maybe you have an only parent, single mom. So this could be her, but this is somebody who's in an authority position to you. And I mean, maybe you outgrew your parents' authority, but they're still, your authority in a way. But it could be a boss or somebody that's older or a grandparent. You might feel like the world is critical or just too damn demanding of you and impatient with you. You might be told to shut up, sit down, be quiet, move to the back, like people trying to diminish you or make you small. Now, you might also have to rise up and really step into a leadership role that you didn't feel ready for. So that can go both ways. And I will tell you, though, you will be developing a new mindset about life, about yourself in the world. You'll be developing a new will. You'll be developing a strength you never knew you had. And you will be in a new kind of determination about life. Whatever normally comes easy for you does not come easy at this time. I'll repeat that. Whatever comes easily for you normally does not come easily to you at this time. And let me tell you what it was for me. It was something really weird. There was never a day I could not eventually talk myself into a better place. Like there was never a day where my own pep talk didn't work for myself until I had Saturn opposing my sun. My own words did not help me, rescue me, save me, or make me feel better. As a matter of fact, nothing did. I didn't know what to do. And then I did all the wrong things. Forgive yourself too. Like, I could not pacify myself. I could not console myself. I could not make myself feel happy or well or good. And at this time, this was when my dad was dying. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. That was just my plight. And I couldn't get okay. And I had never, ever in my whole life experienced a loss of control like that. Now, there is good news with this, and that is this is a very karmic time. This only happens once every 29 years, 29 and a half years, and it's very difficult. But once you push through it, a whole new you is born. And that is the truth, especially if you are a Virgo sun sign. In one way, shape, or form, you will become your own authority. You will become the CEO and the boss of your life. You will step into a more mature role. You will find more responsibility finds you right now. You will be needed. You will be needed. These tests, these trials, these tribulations, these challenges can make you feel miserable and sad and lonely and frustrated. There will also be a determination to succeed. And with critical thinking, with serious thinking, with compassionate thinking that Pisces will bring to the Virgo, with a thoughtful attitude, thinking strategically and thoughtfully and intuitively, you can learn new skills and you can gain new knowledge. You're going to have to implement really hard work. You're going to have to do hard things, but you will get the recognition and you probably will get the respect that comes with the hard choices that you have to make. I'm going to just tell you a little secret right here. And that is, you might have to go at it alone. And in a weird and twisted way, it kind of feels easier and better because you're swimming against the current and it's really hard to swim with someone on your back. Now, I'm not saying don't carry your dependents. Of course, carry your dependents, but get rid of the friends that you really don't need. They can swim to shore themselves. You might find that you can do great work better alone right now than in a whole family unit or a whole team or a bunch of cohorts going in 1,000 directions. Like, this is not the time to deal with drama. However, please don't misunderstand me. Don't let go of the people that are dependent on you. That's not what I'm speaking of. Of course, tend to them, take care of them, do your duties and responsibilities and do them well, but get rid of the baggage. This is too hard of a time to have to deal with that too, right? Just cut them off. Okay, Libra. Libra is the other quincunx. And by the way, this is my aspect finder and I have this in my Amazon store. You can click the notes section below, and in the notes section below, I think I have my Amazon store listed. I share with you all my favorite books, all my favorite tarot cards, all my favorite astrology products. And this aspect finder, I don't know, it's probably like $5. And you guys should all get this. It's so wonderful. So I give you the link to my Amazon store and you can buy one. Libra is the other quincunx to Pisces. And look how cool this is. When you put this on Pisces, I don't know if you guys can see it. When you put this on Pisces, you can see the aspect that it makes to Libra. And so I bought this 23 years ago when I first started learning astrology. And this is what helped me memorize all the aspects. And I think it's like $5 or $9. I think it was $2. American Federation of Astrology, Tempe, Arizona. Woohoo. So that's a great tool and it will really help you. Libra is in quincunx to Pisces. So I'm just going to tell you, this is going to be quirky. This is going to be, kind of difficult. This is like Leo. So Libras, if you want a double dose of this, go listen to Leo because they have the other quincunx. You are going to feel off balance. This part of you is going to feel like you don't know what's coming. And so if you have your Libra in Mars or the moon or Mercury or the sun sign, this is going to bring a little bit of stress. Now, we do grow out of stress, but you might feel like you have to take time off of your own goals to tend to your own illness or maybe a sick family member or a relationship that really needs you. And your career might suffer a little bit, or you might feel like it does. You're going to have extra responsibilities placed on you, probably through your partnerships or work. And you might even be missing out on some personal parts of your own life that you feel are important. Be adaptable, be flexible. Again, there's a new skill set that is being developed inside of you right now. I also want to tell you that your previous mistakes, if there is such a thing, can make you feel a lot of guilt or unease with yourself. It can create a lot of worry in you. I took some risks and I took some challenges. They really hurt me. They hurt my feelings. They hurt my security. They hurt my world. And I live with a lot of regret around those things. The very best thing I can do for myself is to say, I didn't know what I didn't know. I made the very best decisions I could. They didn't turn out right. Forgive myself and do it better and do it differently going forward. It's self-forgiveness. Don't live in the guilt, the anxiety, the worry, the shame, the paranoia that making mistakes creates. So like, oh, I love the wrong person, so I'm never going to love again. It's you or no one, right? Don't live in the finite. Be adaptable, be flexible to learn from your previous mistakes, your previous problems, your previous challenges, and just be willing to do it differently. Learn from those and grow from those. Don't hold yourself back from ever taking a challenge again or ever taking a risk. So there's going to be this little bit of this imbalance right now where you're going to be disappointed. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be disappointed by life, by your expectations of others, and by other people disappointing you. So get ready. And I kind of think that that is also, to be a human is to experience that. But this is Libra issues, which is all about relationships. You're also going to feel a little bit like torn between all your competing responsibilities. You know, for me, I have a lot of responsibilities inside my family. I have tons of responsibilities in my work. I have a lot of responsibilities to my own health and wellness. I mean, my own health is a full-time job, and my animals and my home and my extended family. And then guess what? How about my personal wants? Woo, yeah, no. I mean, I do tend to them a little bit. And this isn't a pity party. I'm just explaining to you what this energy feels like. So many things need you that you don't even know where to start. And it is exhausting. So I want you to not overwork all these responsibilities, because there is a propensity, there is a tendency for absolute extreme exhaustion and illness. You could put yourself into bed and then you can tend to no one, including yourself. You've got to find a balance. Trying to find the compromise. What I want to say is just make tiny adjustments. Just make tiny, tiny adjustments. So for example, the last 3 days I've been stressed out like a crazy person until I got so exhausted by it, I just surrendered to it. And it was in the surrender that I felt better. Trying to navigate the anxiety was so exhausting, right? So surrender and just do one thing at a time and focus on the most important responsibility first. Libras feel torn. They literally feel torn between two lovers. Remember that song? Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. You like my singing? Yeah, this one girl wrote in the comments, could you please not ramble so much? You're really frustrating. I thought, okay, I won't be me. That's okay. Yeah. There's 1,000 other astrologers you can watch too. Anyways, don't be torn. Make a choice, go with it, and be proud of it and do it well. Don't neglect your responsibilities though, right now. Don't just kick back and do you. You really do need to do the things that you need to do, because it will catch up to you if you don't. I just don't want you to totally exhaust yourself, and I want you to kind of have a good attitude doing your chores, right? Karaoke while you vacuum. Make it fun somehow. Pay your debts. Don't take on new credit card debt. No. You got to do you right now. You have to, because this could really make you or break you. Let's talk about Scorpio. This is the second Saturn trine that I was talking about. So whatever planets you have in Scorpio, this Saturn is really benefiting you. The other one was Cancer. So go back and listen to the Cancer to understand sort of this aspect. But this is a time in your life, I'm just telling you, Scorpios, you really got it good. And this is a time when you really can step into a lot of steady progress. Your goals, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, they can really unfold right now, and they could come and be achieved more easily for you, but don't rest on your laurels, kind of like Libra. You probably have Libra and Sagittarius in your charts, so listen to those two signs too. You need to keep your willingness to work hard, and you are a hard worker. Scorpios are really freaking hard workers, and stay super organized and on top of things right now, because you can make the most of this. This is like me telling you to try out for the baseball team, because if you try out and you do well, you can actually get drafted. So it's like you can be a draft pick, but guess what you have to do? You have to earn it. and you have to show up for tryouts. Don't miss this opportunity, Scorpio. Please don't. Please, please don't. Stay super organized. Stay super into what the assignment is, right? Grandma knows the assignment. Grandma's going to do the assignment. Be creative right now, more creatively than other people, because you're in it to win it. So this transit is going to help you accomplish that which you wish for. And here's the deal about Scorpio. Have you guys all watched my Scorpio playlist? Okay, I say this over and over and over. Scorpio is used to suffering. Scorpio is better at suffering than a Virgo. Scorpio is used to so much pain and agony and suffering. This is your 2.5 years of like fabulous payout. Now, it's not going to be like a Leo Vegas show. You know, it isn't. It's not the Rockettes dancing in your living room like, woo, and, you know, all the confetti. No, but it is going to be a slow reward. That's how Scorpio likes it anyway. Yeah, right? Right, Scorpio? Yeah. You could really advance in your career, in your relationships, in your education, in your knowledge, in your mastery, and in your craft at this time. This is a definite growth period. So please do not sleep through the next 2.5 years right now being melancholy. No, no, no. There's no excuses. There's a lot of wisdom that's going to come to you and so much maturity. You're going to be asked to level up and step into a leadership role and take on more responsibility. But guess what you get for it? More. The thing you love. The thing you love. What do you love? Power. Power. Who doesn't want to be powerful? Who doesn't want a powerful and influential life? Who wants to just be the slug that lives underneath the rock? Not you, Scorpio. You want to be powerful. Now, I'm not talking Leo power. I'm not talking Aries power. I'm talking Scorpio power. Stealth, influential, meaningful, valuable power. You are the transformer. Get determined to reach your goals, because this is the year that you can very deliberately and in a disciplined way actually achieve them. So what do you want out of your life? What do you want, Scorpio? Tell me, leave me a comment below. I want to know what you want. What do you want? You can actually make it happen. You're going to gain a great deal of respect right now. It's going to come in a common sense way. Okay. So this isn't Jupiter. This is Saturn. This is also when you could step into a real commitment, a marriage, a partnership, a professional partnership that advances your life and improves your life in some way. And there's financial security for you at this time too. Yeah. Okay. Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius, I love you, but this is a time when there is a lot of heavy lifting for you to do, and I'm so sorry. Pisces, Saturn is square your sun or your Sagittarius planets. There's so many damn obstacles that you have to jump over, like hurdles, and it can exhaust you. I mean, who wants to go run 20 hurdles right now? Do I have a hurdler? Is that such a thing? Do I have somebody who jumps hurdles right now, like for track in college or just for fun? Who does that for fun? Well, that is Sagittarius, right? Whatever your Sagittarius planets are, squaring Saturn. Like, do hurdles. Okay. I would rather eat popcorn with extra butter. You might feel so exhausted over the next 2.5 years that your usual, high happiness factor is like stuffed in the bottom of your shoe and you just can't find it. And it's like your vitality and your happiness, your love for life is just depleted and exhausted. But please, whatever you do, do not ruin the lives of everyone around you and lose that, because they count on that. And you already know that. They all count on it. So don't shrivel up and become a big fat nothing because life is too hard. No, find your tap shoes and keep on dancing, because the people in your life don't know what to do with themselves when you're unhappy. Do you know that? Sagittarius, do you know that? Yeah. Are you the happiness factor? Yeah, probably. And it's going to be really hard because you're going to be challenged. You don't have to buy into being challenged ruins my life. You don't have to drink that Kool-Aid. You should just really avoid overworking, because it could really lead to exhaustion and emotional depression. And if you've ever seen an emotionally depressed Sagittarius, it is scary. It's flat out frightening. It's like the clown that kills you. It's like Chucky. Oh my God, forgive me. I kind of want you to really learn prioritization. I want you to learn how to keep a calendar. I want you to learn how to schedule yourself right now, because it can all spin out of control, because Pisces is unscheduled, Sagittarius is unscheduled, and this can be a chaotic shit show. Nobody likes scattered, frustrated, angry, hot-headed, unhappy Sagittarius. And so figure out what the most important work is that you need to do and just do that. Just do that. Tackle one job at a time. And in this case, I would even say, don't even look at the end goal. Don't even look at the big picture too much. That's going to exhaust you. Just do what you need to do to make today work and tomorrow work and the next day work. Eventually, you will be building your whole path. You can feel like this is a time when you're really losing friends, but this is a good time for you to go take yourself on a walk and get to know yourself. This is a good time for you to go water skiing or snow skiing and really let yourself feel the euphoria of life underneath all the responsibilities that just want to take you out and take you down. You're going to say, no, thank you. Jump on a trampoline, go travel for the weekend, go on a, one thing I want to do is I want to go on a book reading vacation where I literally just sit somewhere and read or listen to books. That's a dream of mine. Like, go do that. You could get a little discouraged with your savings or your spending or your money right now. Just rein yourself in. Be a bit frugal right now. Work smarter, not harder, because working harder is just going to snap you. Yeah, it's going to just snap you in half. And you're going to feel like there's a lot of responsibilities that are pinned to you. It's not going to be a time where your natural, lighthearted, happy mood is just automatically there. You might have to dig down deep and summons it to come up and work around all of those stumbling blocks. Don't procrastinate. Just work the details right now. The devil is in the details. And there will be great payouts if you can keep your sense of self and you can keep your joy despite the hardships. Let's talk about Capricorns. I love this for Capricorns, and Capricorns deserve a break because they've had Pluto sitting in their house for decades. And so your Capricorn planets have been stressed out. And so this is actually called a sextile, and it is wonderful because we know that water loves earth and earth loves water, and we know things grow with earth and water. So this is a really strong, beautiful, wonderful transit that gives patience and perseverance and a strong work ethic and a sense of duty. And there's a serious attitude around, I really want to be excellent in my life. I want to become an excellent human being. I want to stand in my supreme power and I want to make my goals happen. And guess what? You will. You will. This is a great time for you to get these pragmatic, practical results turning into gold. I don't want to say effortlessly, but like with sweat equity, with some elbow grease. So this is going to give you the patience and the perseverance and sort of a feeling of profundity to accomplish these things that you want in your life. There's going to be a call of duty, not the game, but the actual call of duty. Step up, be in charge, be a leader, level up, and you're going to get the results. This is a really excellent time in your life to complete your goals and to complete your tasks and to concretize your hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes, to manifest your ideas and put them into pragmatic, concrete reality. You're also going to see that you become a sage at this time, or a guru, or a mentor. Proteges will find you. They will want your knowledge. You will get paid to be a keynote speaker. You'll do your TED Talk. You will be on the stage with a microphone, really stepping into your glory. You will become the wise one, the parent, the authority, the teacher, the boss, something like that. And this is a time that you are not going to really want to waste your time partying the night away because you have more important things to do. And I'm not joking. You're going to feel like, what? Why am I going to go do that stupid thing when I could change the world tonight? Right? You're going to get leadership roles. You're going to maximize your accomplishments. You're probably going to earn more and gain also, like Scorpios, more power and recognition. There's a great sense of responsibility. And with that, you build your self-esteem, your self-worth, and your merit in your life. I also want to tell you that there's something about the authority figures in your life, your father or an authority figure, that really tell you, I'm proud of you. I like you. I like who you are. And that will feel so good. You might feel reserved and highly focused and have a steel focus around what you want to accomplish. So don't forget to have fun. Don't forget that life is not all about work. And don't forget to not be serious on Saturdays and Sundays because you're going to have a really strong work ethic right now. Don't lose yourself in just the goal. Make sure you have a good time accomplishing the goal. Okay. Okay, Aquarius is. Now, Aquarius is a really interesting thing with Saturn in Pisces, right? The first thing I want to say is this is going to feel like a relief because Saturn was just in Aquarius and it was squashing you and holding you down and it was just exhausting you. You had the weight of the world on your shoulders. So now it is off of your sign and into the next sign. So it's out in front of your Aquarius planet. So if you're a sun in Aquarius, Pisces is out. Pisces and Saturn and Pisces is out in front of you. And it's like, hallelujah. It's like you can finally freaking breathe again. This is a pretty huge shift. I think Aquarius, out of all of the signs, so the Aquarius part of you feels this shift the very most. I think Aquarius feels the shift into Pisces bigger than anybody else because it was on them, suffocating them, stifling them, holding them down, holding them back, putting more responsibility and hardships and challenges onto their soul. So let me just tell you what's going to happen. You're going to second guess yourself a little bit and you're going to worry whether you're seeing things realistically or not. Like, am I being realistic about myself? Can I really accomplish this thing that I want? I don't know if I can. I believe in this dream, but I don't know if I can do this dream. You're going to go round and round and round. As you mature over these next 2.5 years, you're going to become proud of your accomplishments rather than feel guilty that you haven't earned enough or done enough. Remember that you can be your own worst critic and that you can be really hard on yourself. And remember that Saturn is the co-ruler of your sign. And so it really does matter what Saturn's doing and where Saturn is at. I think what you're going to see is something pretty enormous. Let me try to explain it because it's a little bit difficult to explain, but it's big and it's profound. By the way, I really think if you haven't gotten your solar return package, you should check and see where Saturn lives in your solar return chart by sign and by house. It's going to show you, and you should watch this video with your solar return because that's going to show you what your Saturn issues for this particular year are, what the theme is for this particular year. It's also critical that you look at it like we're doing now in transit. So if you don't have your gorgeous natal chart, you can get one in my shop. Click the link in the notes section below and go get your gorgeous natal chart. It is just so beautiful. You will love it. You will love it. Most of you already have it, but if you haven't gotten it, it's only $10. It supports the channel and it is just so informative. We put tons of information on that. But what I want to tell you, Aquarians, is that your world is going to get more emotional and maybe even more emotional than what you're really even ready for. You're going to start to feel more deeply and it's going to be a little bit shocking for you because you're going to lose that detachment and you're going to fully merge and get enmeshed with the people that you love in a way that hasn't happened in probably forever, at least 30 years. So if you're not yet 30 years old, then it has never happened before. This Saturn in Pisces is very, very, very emotional and sensitive, and that is a co-ruler. So your co-rulers are in harmony with one another because Uranus is in Taurus and Saturn is in Pisces. And those two planets are making things grow. So this is, while it's in a little bit of a weird position for you, semi-sextile, it's going to grow you in a really positive way. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be rewarding. You might really step into your intuition and your knowing rather than your analytical, statistical, and critical mind. And you're going to, instead of thinking your way through problems now, you're going to feel your way through problems. And you may even feel your heart actually melting and actually opening up right now, which will be kind of surprising for you. Saturn in Pisces is leading you and guiding you into a whole new you. Your intuition and your spirituality, instead of equating the bigger answers in life with knowledge, you are now going to intuit them. You're moving from the concrete, definitive world into the mysteries of the unknown, into the intangible world. This could be a great escape for you. This could also be a deep spiritual awakening for you. This could be a real aha time where you actually see God, you see ghosts, you see angels, you see your spirit guides, or where you really get in touch with the magical aspects of life in a way that you never have before. You're not going to experience this again for another 29 and a half years. So take advantage of all this mystical, magical intuition and unfolding that's happening in your life. I also think at the cellular level, you're just going to know things. At the subconscious level, you're just going to have literally a knowing. Your intuition is probably going to scare people. I'm not joking. This could be a time of real enlightenment for you. It's really, really cool. You are going to start experiencing, asking questions, and understanding the intangible world like you never have before, rather than the world of knowledge. So it's almost like your intuition will supersede your intelligence. And I know, Aquarius, I know you. You have a hard time believing that, but it is true. Your intuition is just like, I don't know why I know it. I just know it. Okay, I also want to say a few things. If you have not yet joined as a super supporter and you want to learn truthful astrology, come be a member with me. It's only $2.99 and you get all my behind the scenes videos and you get to learn astrology with me and you get to learn real astrology rather than just stereotypical astrology, like where they trick you into believing that the Leo rising is the Leo sun sign. It's not true. Come learn real astrology with me. Also, I want to invite you to my retreat. I still have some spaces available. We have the coolest group of people coming. I can't even begin to tell you. I am so excited. I am on cloud nine, and it is going to be this May 19th, 2023. If you're watching this video now, come. It's going to be on the waterfront here in Seattle, and it is going to be beautiful and gorgeous, and I have tons of activities. You can check out all the details. The link is in the notes below, but come learn astrology with me. It's an immersion class course, any level. It's going to be so incredible. Let's get to know each other. And I can't wait to teach you real astrology. If you can't come to that, I really encourage you to become a super supporter for just $2 and learn from me with all my members only videos where I go into deeper content and you get to learn more specifically about your own charts. Okay, let's talk about Pisces. Are you guys ready? And if you stuck through this whole entire video, God bless you. Like, you're really going to understand astrology at such a deeper level. Pisces, this is a time in your life where you want to stand up and be recognized for your hard work. You are going to develop discipline at this time and the patience and the ability to draw boundaries like you desperately need. And you are going to have more duties, more challenges, and more obligations than you've ever had in your life, probably. Well, if this is the first time that you've experienced Saturn in Pisces. If this is the second time, well, you've already been around the block, and this is a time for you to just master the game of life. But you're going to have to take on extra responsibilities. And guess what? You're going to be a mentor. You're going to be a guide. You're going to be an authority. And you are going to become your own sovereign nation. You're going to become individuated, and you are going to become your own CEO and authority, the leader in your own life. So this is really like growing pains. This is when you grow yourself up, where you turn from a boy into a man, girl into a woman, or whatever gender into the advanced gender. Okay. So I'm just saying the advanced version of yourself. So this is a time where there is deep satisfaction in your achievements if you do the work. There's also recognition and there is promotions for you. Every part of your life is being promoted. However, this can also be a time of like great deprivation. Like you might have to deprive yourself of certain things to make these milestones. You have to get over your insecurities right now, and your insecurities are going to threaten you. Don't let yourself be insecure. Stand up tall and confidently, like I'm not doing right now. Hold on. Stand up tall and be confident, Pisces. Like hold your shoulders back, chin up high, and own it. Yeah, be the boss of you. And you need to be diligent and highly responsible right now. And more so than you ever have been, because the payout is so great. If things fall apart, which over the next 2.5 years, I'm pretty sure they will. However, it doesn't matter. Change the direction that you're going in, set new goals, implement a new strategy, and go for it. Go for it. Do not give up. Just change your course of action. Pisces, do not give up right now. This is the time that you're going to get the juice out of the fruit. If you give up right now, I am coming to your house and I'm going to pull off the covers and I'm going to get you out of bed and I'm going to prop you up and I am going to get you going in your life. Do not give up. It is going to be hard. It's going to be painful. I don't care. I want you to push through because you're going to make it. And you're going to stand in your greatness after this. These are the growing pains. Literally, you're growing. you are growing. Your whole body, soul, mind, everything about you is growing. So your relationships could, especially your past ones that didn't work out, don't let them dictate what you're going to choose going forward. You're going to choose differently. You're going to be different. This is the time when you need to stand up, buck up, suck up, right? Not to other people necessarily, but just suck it up. And I want you to be dependable, be responsible, show up on time, show up in your best self, show up beautiful, show up the best you can be, show up smart, use all of your skill set. The rewards are gargantuan. You're not going to get another time like this for another 30 years. Do it, do it, do it. Be the rock. He's actually a Pisces. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a Pisces. Let's see what he does with his life. He is going to emerge like he never has before, and he's going to have some hard stuff. He's going to be a real leader. So be the rock and be a rock for yourself and for others. Be dependable. Be the reliable person. Right now, you need to grow your diligence, your dedication, your loyalty. And when things don't go right, you're going to just change the plan. You're not going to just lock in to, a dead end situation. You're going to change it, and don't be afraid of change. So the other thing I want to tell you is get your life uncluttered baggage, remove all of the crap, make your life less complicated, keep it simple. The KISS theory, keep it simple, stupid, right? I think what you're going to see is that the universe is asking you to become self-sufficient, autonomous, and independent, to become your own authority, your own domain. And you could experience some delays around your goals, around your ambition. You could get squashed, thwarted, pushed down, but push through, because you will develop yourself, your career, your talents, your patience, your fortitude, your tenacity, your resiliency, and your resourcefulness. And you are going to grow a great reputation for yourself, for your name. You're going to become the very best version of yourself through this transformation. And your talents are being cultivated right now. Have a firm resolve in yourself with your self-discipline, and be patient. You don't need everything tomorrow. You're growing yourself and you're achieving your goal over the next 2.5 years. So if your sun or your Pisces planets are between 0 and 9 degrees, this is being affected right now. If they're between 9 and 18 degrees, this is next year, 2024. But it's creeping up. You can see the lessons coming at you. So what degree is your Pisces planet at? That's my question. You also need to know for sure the house, and you need to watch my last video with Saturn and Saturn for all 12 signs, Saturn moving into Pisces and how it will affect all 12 signs. And then in the comment section, you can go to the house in which Saturn and your sun is in. But this is a time after you've experienced financial setbacks, you're going to rebuild. So you're probably going to have a setback and then a rebuild. This is not a time for you to shrink from your life, even though you feel like you want to. You could feel really alone right now. The weight of the world is on your shoulders. I'm saying lift those weights like you are in the gym. Lift them. You're just going to lift your weights, right? You're not going to shrink. You're going to put more weight on the barbell. That's all. Gosh, I got really comfortable in my chair right there. Anyways, I hope you guys are wonderful. I hope you love this video. If you want to learn astrology, real astrology, consider taking my masterclass and my soulmates class. And you can find the links to my classes on my website at soulnavigation.com, or just click on my link tree. It takes you to everything. And it's like $20. You get to keep the link for life, and you will learn so much real astrology. And come be a super supporter and learn with all my videos behind the scenes for my members only. I hope so much that you're getting a lot out of this, and I just absolutely love and adore my supporters. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until I see you next time, from my home in Seattle to wherever you are at in the world, I wish you the very, very best. Take good care. Bye.